good, but seems to be maybe a little flawed. Would that be the right way to put it?
Flawed. I don't know. I don't know if you could say that they're a team that scores more points than other teams and wins, and they prove it, game after game after game. I don't know if you could say they have some weaknesses compared to the Giants, but then they have some strengths too.
How do you look at their defense, knowing what Bill Belichick's been about his whole career, knowing that they have obvious flaws in their pass defense?
Well, you know what? They're going to work on it off of a scheme. They're going to have to be smarter and better mentally than a more dominant defense from the Giants. The Giants have got a front four that can get to the passer. Every one of those guys, they got probably 6 or 7 guys that can get to the passer. Guess what? They don't have that in New England. They got to bring a guy. They got to scheme and run blitzes and different packages to be able to slow the Giants down. Eli Manning's hot. Those 3 receivers, Cruz, to me, they've got to do something to stop Cruz. They really do. He is hot right now. He is the go-to guy. I got you guys some smoothies here.
Oh, that's
you guys know Smoothie King?
Love Smoothie King.
Yeah, right here.
I'll take
Absolutely.
strawberry. See,
I'll take anything. If it's free, and I'll take 3. Very nice.
But you obviously are.
Well, you don't get 3
with Smoothie King, and just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my company, Nutrition 53, partnered with Smoothie King, and we are now the #1 smoothie being sold at Smoothie King, and it's about getting leaner and staying lean, fit, feeling better about yourself, lose up to a pound of body fat a day at Smoothie King with the Lean One smoothie. And my buddy who owns a bunch of stores down there in Houston, Dave McMahon, I know he is listening, and he's probably out on the golf course right now.
It's 80 degrees in Houston right now. Would not be surprised.
Wow.
Yeah. Real quick before we get back to the football, how difficult was it for you to adjust to your workout regimen post-football?
Post-football? You know what? You go through phases where you just kind of learn what the body can do. There's a part of you that wants to think, I can still strap 600 pounds on my back and squat it to the floor. Well, guess what? I couldn't do it anymore, and I don't do it. So I've altered things. I work out every day, not as intensely as I used to. So my diet has changed. My workouts have changed. It's about having a great life, and that's really my nutrition company is a lifestyle nutrition company that is about teaching people how to have a better life, and that's why Smoothie King, there's a great partnership there.
Were you concerned at all because of how much you love football and love the game? Were you at all concerned because of how your career ended that you were still going to be able to be around the game as much as you might have liked?
No, not at all. I mean, I do post-game, pre- and post-game for the Raiders. I do stuff for the 49ers. I've had a lot of different opportunities, and so I do as much as I want to do, but my real passion is nutrition. I get to talk football. I live nutrition each and every day, and ego-wise, I would get back into the game in some way, and that would be about me. But running a nutrition company and helping people is really what excites me.
Bill Romanowski joining us here on The Big Show live from Radio Row. Thanks to Gold and Silver Buyers. We appreciate everyone listening in all week. You're a former Bronco. I noticed over your shoulder there was more madness and mayhem and buzz over here at one of the other sets. And it's because Tim Tebow apparently has walked in the building.
Has he?
You have some thoughts about Tim Tebow, the NFL quarterback, and his future?
I love Tim Tebow. I do, and I think he can be great. I really do believe he can be great, and to me, he's that kind of guy that says, "Guess what? I'm just going to prove you wrong, and I'm going to do it by working harder than anybody on the planet." I love that.
Well, and you were in a market where that was coming into the season. There were some of those same questions about Alex Smith. Could he put the work in? Could he finally get a coach that believed in him, and could he believe in himself? What changes did you see in him working with Jim Harbaugh, and where do you think Jim was able to reach through to him that maybe other guys were not?
What I saw was a difference in a scheme, guys. Jim Harbaugh, put in a scheme where he did not allow Alex Smith to throw passes more than 10 yards, and got confidence going, and then started opening up the field. He could throw deeper balls down the middle, but no deep out routes, and he kept it short within that 10 to 12 to 15-yard range, and that is where Alex could be successful. And then they played phenomenal defense, and that was their recipe for success.
You think the league should be concerned at all with potentially where they're headed concerning rules that help the offense, and just the idea of where this is going from a passing game standpoint?
They want to stay. They want teams to score points, guys. They don't want low-scoring football games. When you score points in the NFL, people cheer. And the game is about having fans love the game, and they like to see, points being scored.
Is it easy to deal with being a defensive guy, or is it whatever?
Hey, it just is what it is. The rules got tougher and tougher as I went on, and now they're even tougher. And they're, from taking away what's safe, the way, you can hit defensive receivers. To me, it just is part of. They're changing the rules. It is what it is, and I think it's going to alter the way teams draft. They may go towards more of a coverage safety versus a big hitter, and realize that, hey, we just got to score more points than the other team.